is so outed that like if it was in, my speculation would still be outside.
I don't know what that means.
Just said some words. I hope they made sense. But it doesn't sound like it worked.
You certainly did something. Hey, welcome in, folks. Oh, there we go. We are, I think, we are live. Perfect.
Yep.
What is going on, folks? How's everyone doing there? People running in the chat. Excellent. Let's just set some things up here.
Yep.
Good show going on today. It's going to be fun. We're going to break some stuff, and we're probably going to make people mad. And yeah, it'll be good.
Yep.
Hang on a sec.
Hey, I will. I don't even know what to hang on to. Here.
Got it. Just do it.
Got it.
Just hang on. Yeah, there we go. Can't have that. That doesn't look right at all.
Oh.
No,
you are streaming at 720p on YouTube.
That's welcome to my world, my friend. Remember, we talked about this.
Wait. Oh, so you didn't do the thing? I thought you did the thing.
No, I didn't do the thing. You know what? They don't need to. We're handsome enough. We don't need to go further, do we?
What do you mean for like that's standard? Currently, we're like not even on the spectrum.
Oh man, everybody, good to see you guys. We've been chatting in the last 5 minutes. DJ was running late and I slept in, so it's gonna be an interesting show. I know it's a Thursday, so it's a bit of a weird day for Farm Sim Show, but somebody's going to do something tomorrow. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm getting 3 of my wisdom teeth taken out. My joke is currently I'm only getting 3, so I can keep a little bit of wisdom.
Lovely. Lovely. That was
and currently waiting on the guy that I gave an offer to on his house to come back from vacation. Who vacations in the middle of March? Nobody vacations in the middle of March unless you're a college kid.
I wish I could vacation right now, to be honest with you. I would love to take a vacation right about now.
It's like, dude, I want to give you money for the house that you have let rot for the past 3 years.
You know what? I used to vacation a lot this time of year. I'm not going to lie, man. This is my time of year to go. But now when you got little ones, it doesn't work out so well. This is my vacation time, though.
I feel like you're lying.
Break, isn't it? Man. Come on.
I don't know, there's something about you talking right now. I feel like I'm getting lied to.
That sounds about right.
Oh man.
Good to have you folks in here. Welcome in. If it's your first time here, this is the Farm Sim Show where, well, DJ and I, and sometimes a guest, we sit here and chat farming simulator, and DJ dances. It looks good, man. Keep on moving and grooving. So we talk about new mods, new news, new updates, new DLC, pretty much anything farming simulator related. Anything to add to that one, DJ?
You said all the words that were in my head.
All
I got no more words.
If you're watching us live, we're on YouTube, of course, on my channel, on DJ's Facebook, right?
Facebook, yeah.
We're on my Facebook as well. We're everywhere right now. And in fact, we're also on audio as well, so you can find us over on any of your podcast platforms. So search us there. I think we're on all the major ones. So just search Farm Sim Show or whatever.
Farm Sim Show, baby.
You just don't have to look at our faces. You just have to listen. So we do our best to describe it. Of course, there's a lot of pretty pictures you're missing out on. But otherwise, if you're just wanting to drive a tractor and listen to us, then you can do that too.
Hey, should we do the
So what are we talking about today?
All right, today we're going to speculate. Is it Farm Sim 21, 22, 89, 74, 63? Anything of 9? I don't know, man. But we're going to talk about not numbers, but letters and pictures and lighting and cameras and action.
Sounds about right. All right. Sounds good.
My brain's fried. I don't know what to talk about right now.
Too, right? There's a couple new mods that came out this week. I know we're missing tomorrow's mod.
Yeah. My new favorite mod came out today.
Really? New favorite?
Yeah. Yep. New favorite. I mean, here's the thing. Like F11, it's like it's a special place in my heart. Tool high control for harvester.
I thought you were from global companies.
Here's the thing. Global companies, like if I didn't have to use it, it's to be deleted. But I like placing stuff down when I don't own the land. And that's the only way to do it. But I don't know what the mod's called, but it came out today and it's awesome. So you have to just stay tuned and find out what the mod's called.
We'll chat about it. Sounds good. Yeah. So we'll fire this up. We'll start talking about stuff. You guys have questions, of course, in the chat. We'll do our best to answer those as they come up. Make sure if we miss them, we'll just keep on asking. I mean, that's the best we can do. I guess it's time, DJ. Let's go.
Farm Sim Show, baby. Sim Show.
Wow. It's always better.
Oh, I'm starting to learn it.
I love it, man. It's so good. It's my favorite. It's my favorite part of the day right there.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is happening today? My brain doesn't even work yet. Hey, intro. Yeah. What's up?
Man.
Steve's Mods is in here hanging out with us. No special guest. Unfortunately, the only special guest is the amount of air between me and him.
Oh, we're on there. We're on there. Oh, you got us on the same side. Nice.
Yeah. So whoever's on YouTube, we'll just put them over there. It's much easier to point at people.
Way better idea.
It's honestly
and I'm like, oh wait, he's over here. I got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We'll figure this out eventually one of these days.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Tiny's over.
Today's top stories. I don't think we have any. There's nothing.
It was kind of a quiet week until today, wasn't it?
Yeah, like today was the first, like Monday. I was like, what was I think Monday? I said, Mondays are kind of boring sometimes, but that's okay. And then Tuesday rolled around. I was like, it can get better. We got time. And yesterday I was like, it's getting worse, man. And today, finally, we had the best mod day we've had, I think, in weeks. Today we had 21 mods released. The Millennial Farms map is out now for the who knows what time on PC. And
we were talking about this beforehand. Is it third or fourth time for PC? Does anybody in chat remember? Is it third or fourth time that it was out for PC now? Anyways, I don't know what it is at, but I'm happy to. I hope it stays.
I have no idea. Anyway, the second update came out on consoles, so now it's been
What was the update for the console? For consoles, I didn't even read what it was.
I'll have to go look at my video, honestly, because the only place that it is in my video.
It's all good.
So we'll check that out. There was a few things. It was like a tree was in the air.
It wasn't
something
crazy from what I try to go through some of the notes. I'm like, I don't see an update on this at all.
All right, so let's see.
Are we just gonna watch your video on the Farm Sim Show? Is that the plan?
Don't we do that? So here it is. Changelog 1.2 fix for some trees. Fuel spawning point has been shifted and optimized. The lower slot count. Interestingly, it started playing. Okay. Interestingly, it's almost 100 megabytes less on consoles than it is on PC. So meaning, well, it's two different mods.
Well, it's all right, I guess. Whatever. Less lockdown, so that's the thing, I suppose.
Yep. But we did have the white field.
I'm happy to see it. I'm glad it's finally out for everybody again, and we can quit talking about this because it's fun.
Here's that new right here, the white fill balls.
Yeah,
this thing is crazy.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
This is the new standard right here for tractors, isn't it? I think this thing's awesome.
And not only is it the new standard, but he went a step further and said, okay, well, white farm equipment, it can't come to console. I'll just make it an AGCO.
There you go.
And he did. And the AGCO looks just as good. It's the same mod.
Just a different face on it. That's it. It's awesome.
Well, it's got a couple different wheel options too, but
yeah, but for the AGCO, I mean, it's the same thing.
Yes, same tractor. Everybody can enjoy it.
Cheers, Dale.
This bad.
What was that? What are we looking at here? What do you got? Oh, of course. We've been talking about this for weeks.
We have, but it's here. We don't have to talk about it anymore. But we're going to talk about updates coming for it later on in the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's custom modding, so you guys know what to expect from them. They've been making mods for, did they do stuff for 17 as well?
Yeah,
I know they did the stuff. The original, like the big mods for PC at least, were like all the John
they didn't do much console stuff, but yeah, they had all the them and JHHG. They had all the big John Deere mods whenever it released, whenever 19 did.
So yeah, the 2150, the Case IH 2150. Yeah, nice looking mod. It's so much detail. Once again, they put so much work into their mods, guys. Got to go download this one. This just came out today, and I'm happy to have this for sure. The early riser, that's right. And now, who else? There's somebody else still working on. Is it Connect Modding still working on?
Yeah. So Connect Modding is. Let's see if I can find the thing. So Connect Modding is working on it. JHHG Modding just posted about it today. So he's got posts down here. So this is their 61 row Case IH. I mean, look at the flex.
Someone's flexing on us.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it looks
You know
good.
what?
It's
We
big
talked
as well.
briefly about this last week, and it wasn't. They didn't have the skin on it yet, but that looks so much better.
It looks
That's
very
crazy.
good.
61 row, sweet. I think that was a joke last week. Somewhere between 68 and 70.
Yeah. I will tell you that. So this is 2150 is the style of planter. It's not the model number. This is the 2150 16 or 30. So 16 rows spaced at 30 inches apiece. They are working on the 12 row. This is 16, but they're working on 12 and the 24 row versions. Those will be released as an update, if my reading was correctly, later on.
I sure hope so. That's cool.
If you want to know more, check out today's Farm Sim News.
I am stoked to have some case planters come out for all platforms, especially. But it just seems like this is kind of the John Deere domain, right? The 60, the 90, the DB120.
Yeah.
We're finally getting some case stuff as well. I like to see that.
Yep. Not only is Case getting some love. I don't think I have a. Yeah, I can't finish that sentence. Case is getting some love finally. With some other really cool stuff. It's really hard to be a barn and stand out in Farm Sim now. But these are not only not Polish, but they're done by Lancey Boy. So
those.
He did a fantastic job on these. If you want to go check them out, they're great, absolutely awesome. He's done a fantastic job with these sheds. Actually, these are an earlier model because I don't think you can close the doors on these anymore. Yep. So, but yeah, check that out. I mean, they're cool sheds. He's done a really good job. Let's see.
There's questions on the Ford F350. I think you're probably the one to ask that, aren't you?
Ford F350 is being worked on currently. There's really not a whole lot of new information. I can't give you anything new from the last time we talked about this. It's still being worked on.
Yeah, so we have no new news on this one. For the console players, hopefully it comes out sooner than later. If you're on PC and you want it, it is available on other mod sites out there again. But yeah.
Let's see. Do we have some screenshots of this thing I could show you guys? I mean, the thing is, there's nothing new.
Are we talking about the cereal mixer?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the Ford. Okay. Yeah.
So there's like nothing new to talk about. They just posted some new screenshots of it, basically saying, "Hey, it's still a thing. This is a different modder than the 250."
Yeah.
So the modders of 250, I think they kind of got overwhelmed. So
yeah, but the 2, like I said, the 250 is available off-site. It's just not on the mod hub anymore, unfortunately, and who knows what's going to happen with that.
Correct. Last I heard, A2 Studio was helping fix it, and then the next day they announced their retirement. So, and I haven't wanted to bug A2 Studio as he and his community have had a very hard week, so I've stayed out of it.
Yeah.
So,
that sounds good.
Yeah. New favorite mod?
Do you want to talk the new favorite mod? Sure. The PC only, of course. Additional game settings.
Oh my god! It gives you this whole page. Like if F11 had to update, I would just want this stuff. You could turn your HUD on and off. Ooh, nothing new there. Crosshair. Ooh, nothing new. Current date. You could do date, time, all kinds of crazy stuff in there. 24-hour clock. Fade effect from when you like tab to vehicles. You've got info dialogues that kind of show up similarly to what you call it, the global company. So you've got that trailer level info. So you've got another little thing at the top. Yep. So maybe if you don't want your thing at the bottom, you put the thing at the top, do your thing. Vehicle camera smoothness and player camera smoothness. I don't know. I play at 4K 144. I don't know how to make that better. But
I see one setting in there that you're probably all over. Birds.
Get out of here, birds. I flipped out when I saw, because that was the first thing I saw. Like when I looked at this early this morning when I woke up, I was like, birds on off. What you could do? Get out of here, birds forever. Yes.
You could get out of here, birds.
Yeah. Basic machines in the shop, you could turn those on and off, or show only mods, only in-game stuff, and have everything in game. So if you're looking for something, you know what you're looking for. But if I were you, I would just do the Kim something. One of my channel members. I'm so sorry. They made shop search. It's wonderful.
I find that so much more useful, to be honest. I don't know if there's much in here I'm going to actually use, to be honest.
There's one that you need to be careful of.
What's that?
Save game auto start. This skips the mod selection screen. Oh,
I didn't know that.
So if you've got it, you don't want to have to go through that screen, you could select that. However, if you want that, like you're like me, you download new mods like literally every day.
Yeah.
Maybe just leave it alone.
Huh.
Custom lighting is the biggest part about this.
There you go. I never thought about that. That's that one for sure is something you would want to have.
So what's a map that you're like, the lighting on this map is very good, and I wish I could use it on another map. What's a map that you think of?
Lone Oak.
Okay, Lone Oak. For me, Shellington or Sandy Bay, all Oxygen David. Custom lighting, whatever you have installed. So for me, I have like 30 maps. It takes the custom lighting from every single map and just cycles through it. And you could select it. You just, I'm glad. All the base game maps, every mod map that you've got. It even has, because I have custom lighting on Lone Oak GoHam edition, because I'm pilling with it. And it popped it up with custom lighting option.
That's awesome. I haven't messed with this at all yet. This is something I'm gonna have to play with for sure. Farmer Co-op says Shillington lighting as well. Yeah, he's on your side, my friend.
Farmer Co-op.
Cool. I'm gonna have to mess with this. This is interesting. I haven't even tested any of these yet. I'm curious to see how the vehicle, what the camera, the smoothness, and like what is it? There's the transition between in and out of vehicles.
Yeah. There's another one, animal collisions. I'm not sure exactly what that is. You can make some assumptions. And depth of field, that I don't understand. Is that like when you're really close to something, you get that bokeh effect behind it?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it's going to do. But I think it might be like a weird focus thing that's going to probably not be what you're looking for personally.
Well, I've been doing that with my mod, like the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would like not have to spend 10 minutes cutting stuff out and blurring it, that would save me some time right there. Anyway, this is hype.
Well, good point. I'll take that.
New favorite mod.
New favorite mods.
Global company stuff. Nobody cares.
No, Turkey hurt my feelings so many times.
So we've got Farmer Cop in here. We've got him in here, so he did a great video on the compost tea, compost, and AI fertilizer extension. We did a full mod review of this yesterday, but check out Farmer Cop because he did a great video on these.
There you go. 2 thumbs up.
Not much more to say about that.
Broom? We can talk about the broom. No?
We could. Here's what we could talk about. 4.8, 21 votes. Come on, man.
I don't understand. It's going to be a top mod.
Great. It works. Perfect.
I like the cereal mill. I think it's cool.
A lot of people like this. This is neat.
Yeah. I was messing around with this the other day. I'm like, this thing's awesome.
You want to talk about it?
There's not much to talk about. I mean, it takes stuff and it turns it into other stuff.
But it does it the right way instead of that other mod that we got a couple months ago that just turns everything into manure.
No, this thing is great. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Now it does maize and it does pig food, right? So, from what I've been able to test it with, I mean, it's only a brief amount of testing. It works. It says what it does. It says what it'll do, and it does what it says. So,
and it's only had 13. It's got less votes and a lower star rating than the broom. I'm not trying to give the broom junk, but in comparison, I feel like this would have done better overall. Maybe it's just a personal opinion.
Don't get me wrong. I like the idea of the broom. I mean, being able to sweep up your animal stuff, that's cool. But come on, this thing is, I don't know, it's versatile.
Yeah. Got some new Kloss mods this week, which was very exciting. So if you don't have the Kloss, the Platinum DLC, you have a Klosstorian and the Dominator, basically that look like the ones that we have from the DLC with a few extra things here and there, little differences. The Torian's a little smaller. These are great and they're beautiful. The modders did a fantastic job on these.
Yep. Can't say enough good things about that. That's awesome to see more Kloss stuff come out. I was wondering what they were doing, what they would do after the DLC was released, if they would allow people to start putting Kloss stuff into the mod hub, and it seems like it's been all right. So that's cool to say. Oh, we were just talking about this. I like the idea of this. I really like the idea of this.
What was the question you asked me? You're like, have you tested this or something? And I was like, I have tested it a little bit, but I don't know if Giants did or not.
I like the idea of it. It sounds like this is what we kind of want for field testing. You just set it and let it do its thing and not have to worry about it, not have to drive around a field and test your fields. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work.
And the spreader or the sprayer's like a 1 meter sprayer.
Yeah.
On it. It's cool. And I get it. I get it.
I don't know. Do you get it?
No, I get it. I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah. So
And
what's the name of this? The Bonnie Rob? Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. It's neat, and I'm sure there's some people out there that like have one of these. If it's real, I don't know if it is or not, but I assume it is. I'd much rather just put like a 15 mile per hour, like 42 meter sprayer in the field.
Yeah, of course you would.
There you go.
I like it. I don't know, but it just doesn't work the way. So what happened to you when you used it?
I couldn't stop using it.
Can't stop, won't stop. Nice.
Fiat Agri 18090 got an update this week. It's awesome. If you love Fiat Agri tractors, if you love Pepe 978 as much as I do, and I'm sure you love his mods as well, check it out. He kills it. We got some new wheels on here. Did a really good job.
You know what? I don't use enough Fiats. I like that. That's a nice looking one as well. I haven't downloaded that one yet. I'll have to give that a shot.
And then my last yeehaw for the week is a Euro spam pack. We're also on. It's like the lizard something on consoles. This is not only fertilizer spreaders, but also planters. Or seeder rather. And it's of course it's not direct drill, but it's basically like throwing seed out, like you would plant your something where you throw seed out. But it's cool. Actually, Silly P did a video on this either late last week or early this week. But it messed up, with the spreader, it like has like that V shape kind of thing that comes out of the back of it.
Mm.
Well, for this, it had the V shape, but it was like off. So it was like the edge of it was where it started. But it was cool if you put one on the front, one on the back. You could literally do it at like 72 meters. So he was on his GoHam Industries research and development, and he was using this. It has like 72 meter planting. It was so cool, but unfortunately they fixed it the way it should be, and it's like, oh, but it was better when it was
better than it was. Yeah, of course, every single time.
So, but those are my mods to look at for the week. What you got for us?
I got two PC mods we didn't really talk about, actually. I didn't even put these in the list, to be honest with you. Let's see if I can bring them up here. I got to bring it up on my screen as well. I broke something. Stand by one.
You good? Are you using the vertical screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it over in a sec.
Okay.
Once I figured out where the heck it is, I got way too many screens. The sharing didn't work out. I had to cancel the share, and then didn't. Yeah, you guys.
Working. I was looking at it.
Does it actually work out?
Yeah, I think you were looking at the wrong one.
There we go.
I think you were looking at yours instead of mine. Or mine.
Can I drag this over when it's like this? No, I can't. Let's try and do this. Then go like that, and then go like that.
There you go.
Should be up.
Yeah. I think mine's at like 400%. So you're good.
For Louisville,
hit me. What you got?
Oh, what's with the tunes? What's with the tunage? I gotta love that.
I didn't change anything.
It's my side. It was the advertisements on Mod Network got they have music behind them.
Share your screen, fam. Share your screen.
Oh, am I not sharing this?
You quit sharing it.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Am I not sharing it on mine? Let me see.
Yeah, you shared it on yours, yeah. Unless I'm on the wrong one, which I don't think
there we go. It's there. It's there. For Louisville, I don't think I've seen this truck anywhere in Farm Sim 17, like anything before that. This is something new. CSL modding creator of this one. Yeah, it looks great. Nice looking rig. I downloaded this just this morning. Haven't had a chance to fully test it, but it's getting a ton of downloads. So it looks like it's in really nice shape. And CSL has done some pretty good stuff as well. So there you go. It's on Mod Network. This is like the top one on their trending list right now.
Really nice truck.
Yeah, look at that. Looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Other new thing for those looking for West Texas, we've been doing stuff on West Texas in our live streams, but they have updated. The great Lebowski has updated West Texas. Unfortunately, he didn't name it properly on the Mod Network. It's just 2.1.0.4. This is West Texas. If you've been following our live streams, we've been playing on this map quite a bit. So a ton of updates to this. It looks like that he's done. I haven't tested these yet, but they look great. This just came out. When did he put this out? There's no date on it. This would have been just this like last day or so because I was just checking on it. It's fix to the landscaping because the paintable grass was kind of messed up on it. There's a fix to that now. Precision farming now. The meat factory actually working properly now. I love the meat factory. Seasons snow contracts. That's always cool to have. Lime station cost is lowered. Property taxes. I don't know how this is going to work yet. Each individual field land has a daily cost for property taxes. If you really want that, I don't know. I prefer not to pay taxes personally.
I,
No.
I mean, it's cool. I don't know about daily, but and I know in Farm Sim it's hard. Unless you're running seasons, it's hard to not have something happen every day.
Yep. Yeah. So this unfortunately will require a new game save. Updating requires a new game save. For anyone who's playing this on this already, you're going to need a new game save if you want to update. But there are a ton of updates to this. I mean, you can just look through this list. I could read through this whole thing, but just go to the mod network, read through it, download it. If you're still playing this map, maybe it's time to update. It's a great map for sure. For PC, it's a 4X map, of course. 1.39 gigs. Yikes. It's getting big.
You're curious, that's twice the size of Chellington Valley.
Yeah, I mean it's a 4X though, right? So it makes sense. One thing I want to test, so the picture you're seeing right now, that is of the there's a massive cattle area down there, like absolutely ridiculous, massive cattle area, and it didn't work before. Now, hopefully it works now. We'll see. I can't wait to see it. If it does, yeah, let's see. Dustin sees the F250. So the F250, like we said beforehand, is right here as well. For those that are looking, it is on Mod Network. If you're on PC, you can get the F250. It's on the Mod Network. So that's all I can really say about that. That's pretty much it, though.
It was out for a while. Like on the Mod Hub. Yeah, it was out for a good while.
Yeah, it was
a couple hours.
It was at least a couple hours. I think everyone and their dog managed to get a copy of it.
Yeah, I mean my video came out before it was removed. So
there you go.
I'm not the quickest on the videos.
Do we want to talk about maps? I know we've got a couple maps got released actually just like the last 2 days, right? We got
yeah. So let's pop them in. So we had Gabrica. I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but it's Polish.
I don't know anything about this map. I have not tested this map, not looked at this map or anything.
It looks good. It's big. It takes up like from top to bottom a full like 2x, like a standard map. You know, you could buy stuff. Just like a lot of the maps coming out recently, you can't buy the outside of the map, and there's a lot of areas, including the town and other places, that you can't buy. Yep. So if you want to do some extra landscaping and stuff, especially on console, you can't. So I wish that more mod creators would include multiple buying areas. TNT was great. He was kind of similar to this with his maps, and I said, you know, it'd be really nice to own the whole thing. I said, it's not that it helps PC players too much. We can do whatever we want, but console players, it helps a ton. It will make a map way more popular if you can own the whole map. You can do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neat. Otherwise, I mean, the map itself, I mean, it looks really good.
What's the map?
A fictional Polish atmosphere.
Oh, of course.
So all of the one thing about this, everything's placeable, so you can move stuff around, which is cool. We had another one, Italian Rice XL by the TDA team.
This looks a really nice map too. I wish I played more European maps, but this one looks really nice.
So it looks nice. However, I will tell you, it's completely flat, and you buy blocks of land. So it'd be like this farm, this one, and like one over here.
Oh, interesting.
And then you have like your main farm, which is literally like the entire inside of the map right here.
And I just watched it. I didn't know that.
So real quick, Nicholas is asking, I know nothing about the F250, and I'm not going to bother the creators. If you guys want to hit them up, feel free. But they've asked for people to leave them alone. So when they say, you know, this and that, I don't know about it. I know nothing. The easiest way to do it is if I don't talk about it, there's nothing going on at the time. So just refer to my previous episodes, Farm Sim News, and that's everything I know. So, but Nicholas, you're all good though. It's all cool. It's a cube, but yeah, it's neat. It's just, it's flat. It's completely flat. The detail that is there is very well done. It's different, but that's the thing. Like, difference stands out in Farm Sim.
Yep.
So it's good.
So other than that, Millennial Farms, of course, we talked about that already, and then not much else.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show Millennial Farms. You guys,
you're still bitter. I know, it's okay.
I'm not bitter. I'm extremely grateful that the creators, Mappers Paradise, sent me the map to showcase and do things with, that kind of thing. Very grateful for it. It just did not hit well with the community as a whole, and I feel like if anything, I try to represent the community as best I can.
It's unfortunate the way the release happened on that map. You know what? And for those who have not tried it yet, give it a shot. It's a fun map, especially if you follow Millennial Farmer. I love the farm. The main farm is great. The rest of the map, it's okay. It's nothing special. But the actual farm itself is fantastic. And I think I've said that every single live stream where I've done anything with it. It's such a good, it's authentic. It feels just like real Millennial Farms.
Yep.
That's cool.
And if maybe you don't want to play the Millennial Farms map, well, guess what? All of the placeables, including the shop, by the way, are downloadable placeables for all platforms. It's really cool. You're welcome, Nicholas. But we did have a couple updates this week. Only the two, Big Fields Farm and Mod Test Map from Ninja Kurt. So make sure you guys update these. Always stay up to date unless otherwise noted. But got some updates to those. But that's your map information, at least for all platforms. You got anything for us?
The Mod Test Map.
Yeah.
Have you been using that at all still? I know you're
I have my own.
Because you talked a big game about using it, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I got my own already built. So
I thought it would be cool, but I had to restart an entirely new save and create a new version of Pacific Northwest, and I've got Global Company turned on. Like, it took me over a year just to do that, just to like update it. I was still Pacific Northwest version 1. I'm on finally. I'm updated finally.
So you were just telling people to make sure they update, but meanwhile, okay, never mind. I got you.
Yeah, like if you don't know what to do, update.
Okay, all right, got it.
If you know what to do, just do what you know what to do.
Do what you don't want to do. Got it.
Yeah.
Picking it up. I'm picking up what you're throwing.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. All right.
I don't know if anyone got out of shape about it being on console first. I know it was a funny release schedule. That's for sure.
That was cool. Hey, more stuff should release on console first.
I think everyone should have access to everything. That's what I go for.
If we can, that'd be great.
Just saying.
Four-way flashers on consoles. I have requested it. I have requested a few things.
Way. I mean, that's simple. It's just it's
a button, right?
It's there.
I know you can't add more buttons, but like, it's a button.
Just you got to assign it somehow. That's all. Just make it so it's assignable. Yeah,
you think you press every button on a controller at the same time. So if you're able to do that, then you can have 4 ways. But good luck turning them off.
Without activating or disconnecting everything. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Or you could hit all the shoulder buttons at the same time. Boom, 4 ways.
Do we want to talk useless mod of the week?
Do we have one?
Well, we got another 3-meter cultivator. I don't know if you.
It's not. You could change the color. It's different.
It's another lizard.
No.
This is my problem with it.
It's not a cultivator. It's a subsoiler. Therefore, it is safe. And it's 3.2. There's I can't. There's nothing I can say about this. Hey, you can change the color.
If it was a brand name, if it was an actual piece of equipment, at this point in time, I'd say, yeah, okay, good, fine. It's a lizard. It's not even a name branded equipment. It's just something else that we have out there now.
And you could change the color. There's like 3 categories that it fails at, or that it passes, to not be able to make fun of it. Which 3.2, not 3.0. It is color changeable, which is one of the requirements.
Yeah,
if you can't change the color.
DJ make this mod?
No, no, we should find out who did. Oh, it's their only mod, of course it is. So I'm not trying to make that bad.
If it's just give it an actual brand name. Don't call it a lizard then. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That would do it for me. So 3-meter plows and cultivators and everything else.
So that mod passes. I support it. It gets seal of approval.
We need to start having your seal of approval. We'll just start doing that. We'll do my seal of approval, your seal of approval. It'll be fun. It'll be like
instead of like top mod we have, did the Farm Sim Show approve of it or not?
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be good, actually.
Who's going to be our tiebreaker?
Yeah, Dale, they need to start somewhere. I get it. I get it.
Yep. And here's the thing, too. 2 years ago, no one would bat an eye. Now, we're getting these mods where these modders are just getting into it, and they're going to continue through whatever comes next in Farm Sim, and it's awesome. What was it? One of the maps today, their first mod, their only mod on Mod Hub. And it's really cool. It's great to see that, but we have to remember, not every mod is going to be for us, but that's okay.
I get that. I have no problem with that. It's just when we already have like 3 or 4 or 10 of ones that do the exact same thing that if it's not original in any sense, then I get I don't know if I get frustrated, but it's just like, oh, I don't know. Well, why is it being released to Mod Hub right now then? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Regardless, irregardless, as some of my friends might say. It's not even a word.
Like you got bad friends. You want to hear? You want to hear what? Actually, ooh, the Villager, is that 3 meter? See, 3 meter code. Why don't you bring this up?
It's actually the same modders.
Is it? Oh crap! It is, isn't it?
So they got a bunch.
I stood up for you guys. You didn't do me like this. Make me look awful in front of how many people are watching right now?
Only 340.
Like 400 people total. Come on now. Make me look bad.
I mean, they look like they're actually in really decent mods, but they're also are they PC? Oh no, this one's this Carware.
No, they're all platform. Well, this one's
PC
PC only.
Like,
here's one that I like. You want to talk about this for a second?
I like this one. This is nice.
Yep. And color selectable. Every color. You can do the wheels, you can do the body, and you do the rollers.
If they would have just taken that plow and called it a Vaderstad, if they would have slapped a logo on it, you know what? I probably would have been fine with it then. It's the fact that you just make something and just call it a lizard and make it exactly the same as everybody else has.
You know what's... I wish that Lizard wasn't the brand name, because every time I try and search for Lizard something, it just comes up with a cute picture of a lizard. I'm like, great. Now I've got to put FS19 at the end of it. And then I've got to be like, nobody, it's not a real thing. And I just put a picture of Farming Simulator. Like, do you know what this is? No, I want to. I don't know. The Lizard AK9. I don't know what I've been putting pictures of that. I think I put a picture of a toy gun on there one day.
Oh,
Lizard AK-47.
There we go. Anyways, I don't have a problem with guys trying to just make it so it's somewhat authentic. So there's at least a name brand or something on it to make it more realistic. Just a Lizard brand just kills me right now. I don't know what it is.
You're dying. He's dying on us.
I know I'm dying too. I'm laughing too hard.
What else you got? What you got? Got anything PC?
Do we want to talk upcoming maps?
I don't have an upcoming map, so that's all you.
Oh, we do have an upcoming map. We've talked in great lengths about this. To be perfectly honest, Mr. Nitrojazz in the chat, he sent me a copy of Susquehanna, right? Susquehanna or Hina? Susquehanna, I think. Gotta get the map name right. I'm not gonna do it ever.
You're Lizard Ben.
Oh man. So it's in testing right now. What are we talking about, Nitro? Like a week, maybe? Not even. Maybe next week we'll see this map released to everybody. Fantastic map. You know what? We can take a quick look. We'll just take a quick look. We're just gonna a teaser look.
Let's bring the music down a little bit.
Let me share my screen to you. Where are you? Stop that. We don't need that. I need to share this with you somewhere. You stop it. Stop it, DJ. Boom. Share. Whoa. That shouldn't have happened. But that's fine. And I'll share mine as well. Stop.
Ayo.
Share screen. Now, I mean, no, to be fair, one of the reasons I kind of enjoy Nitro's map so much is that he kind of does stuff for the community. It looks so good. Does it get much better than this?
A little stretched, but it's awesome.
It's so good. I mean, I feel sorry for you guys having to drive by and look at our faces every time you drive around the map. But hey, you know what?
Like I said, you look like you just got back from the dentist, and I look extremely surprised for the wrong reasons.
I can't even say it. I gotta stop. I'm gonna say something that's not gonna go so well. Yeah, I don't even know where to start with this, guys. It's looking really good right now. I mean, I think we just talked to Nitro this morning. We found a couple things that were in weird places that he's fixing up, but the map itself, I am getting. So Nitro's maps have always been a little bit tough for some PCs. Let's take a look. What am I getting right now, just for curiosity's sake? I'm getting 45 frames, 60 frames per second, pretty much anywhere right now. And yeah, and I'm just kind of flying around, still getting up in the 40s. So that's not bad considering what we're looking at, guys. There's so much to look at. I don't want to wreck anything for you yet. We'll do a full map review on this at some point here in the near future. but I just love I just absolutely love the billboard. It made me laugh when I saw it. He sent me a picture of that beforehand, and I'm like, of course we're going to show that for the Farm Sim show, right? So this is between the two different towns. You're gonna have to pass by the billboard every single time you guys see this. So you're gonna have to look at our LG said he can't run Georgetown. Well, hopefully you'll be able to run this. Like I said, it's a lot better. There's still a ton of detail on this. You've got two different town sites. How many? Okay, let's take a look at the PDA. Is it 140 fields? That's what I think we're running on this. Let me see if is that right? 140? I think it was 140 I saw.
And it's 4X too, correct?
Yeah, it's 4X, 135. I thought it was 140 I saw. Maybe it's 135.
Which means those little fields are big fields.
So that's the one thing with Nitro. His fields, they're not Nebraska lands, big fields or Flint Hills or anything quite like that. Right. They're still big. Like you've got fields up here, 110. Can I see? Does it give me a size on this one? No, it doesn't. They're
just big enough to where the big fields are big enough to where you're like, that's a big field. And the small ones are like, this was a good field.
That's what I love about his maps is you can actually go and plant all these smaller fields around the map still and still get like a nice diverse crop instead of just having one 300-acre cornfield. He does a really good job with this type of stuff. So tons of details. And this is the other thing. Okay, this is one thing that people ask me all the time. Like, okay, what about Nitro map? What about Nitro Dad's maps? What do you like so much about them? And there's a certain amount of detail that you don't typically see on most other maps. And see if I can find the one thing here I wanted to talk about specifically. Where was it? I can figure out just a very simple spot. I don't want to go through the entire map today, but there it is. Okay. So we're going to go over to this farm right here. I think this might be one of the spots. So there's just a farm right here. I'm not even going to talk about the farm because the detail on the farm is crazy. Let's just talk about this bloody intersection. Just a simple intersection right here. You've got power lines. You've got four-way stop. You've got these little electrical boxes. You've got like a pump house of some sort of electrical substation here. Like just the detail and something. And you're on the countryside. Like you're by some farms. This is not in the middle of town. And there's still a ridiculous amount of detail. All these fence lines, all these barbed wire fence lines. You've got signs everywhere. It just feels realistic. It feels like a real area you can go to. And I don't think anyone does this better than Nitro does, especially in the North American community. I don't see too many North American farms that even come close to this kind of detail. So I don't know how he does this stuff, guys. The farms, I mean, you guys saw the barn. Nitro showed off that barn last time. You got amazing detail back there. I'll show off the farms a little later on once we do a video on this, a full release. I haven't had a chance to go through everything. I just fired this up this morning just to take a quick look around. But once again, I think he's outdone himself. Hopefully this week we'll all have a chance to play on this. I can't wait to show you guys more of this map, but it's looking pretty good so far. Nitro, nice work, man. And once again, I mean, look at this thing. So much detail. Can't wait to play some more on it. I'm going to be definitely doing some more with this map for sure. But that's all I can really talk about right now because I haven't had a chance to dive into it yet.
So maybe stay tuned to Klutch Simulation's YouTube channel because you might see some diving.
Yeah, we'll dive deep. So yeah, like I said, he does the Easter eggs all over the place too, which you gotta love, right? I just love when people do that. That's cool. So we'll dive deep into that later on.
He's just good. Just good.
So much information. If we ever get to the point where Farm Sim gets to be able to put 4X on console, like these maps, I don't know what they would do to console, like the next generation, but stuff that Nitro does, I would be pretty cool to see. Yeah. All right. That's all I can say about that for now. But Nitro, nice work, man. I'm looking forward to messing around with it.
Sweet. Speaking of...
what are you marking down here? You got something written down?
No. I was just saying, speaking of... hopefully soon, hopefully in the next game, consoles can use 4X maps. Do you want to talk about that next game?
Sure. I think we should talk about this.
Let's do this.
So for those who are not part of my channel, I put out 3 videos in the last 2 weeks or so regarding all the stuff that I kind of want to see or some options I'd like to see in the next Farm Sim. We'll see. Some of them are kind of out there, I have to admit. It's totally all right. They're allowed to be out there. That's a thing. But we just put them out there to see what would happen. And you guys commented. I got a whole list of stuff. I got some more stuff on there. But let's talk about some of the stuff, of course, that we went through and just maybe discuss a bit. So, you got the list up right now?
I got the list up right now.
So, Seasons base game was number 1. That was number 1 thing. I think everyone says that. I think it's got to happen, right?
Well, that was base game, like our hopes for FS19 as well. So it's like, well, if it was mod of, one mod contest for
Yep.
FS17.
Yep.
Came to all platforms. It was in 19. I mean, it just makes sense.
So far in there. Now, my hope is that Seasons gets expanded like tenfold almost. Like I hope there's an option where it gets built into like
maybe you have a seasons settings menu where you can change certain things.
Well, not even that. It's just that you could make it more violent almost. Like I find Seasons pretty tame right now.
Yeah, I think it's too much. I want FS17 Seasons back because I was like, it's perfect for me because I know how everything works. And in 19, I'm like, I still don't know how Seasons works completely.
I understand parts of it, like what you mean by that. What I'm saying is that like when frost comes, how often do you lose crops because of frost? How often do you lose crops because of too wet of a summer or field? Like that never seems to happen to me. I don't think I've ever lost more than like one little tiny square.
Yeah,
like it just does not happen enough. I want to see storms where actually you lose crops or where things get damaged and there's nothing you can really do about it. And
or a slider where you can turn that part off.
There we go. That would be fine too.
I'd be happy with that.
Anyways, I mentioned that a little bit further in one of the videos too, but just something else to make it so it's a little bit more realistic because I mean weather plays such a big role in real life farming. Yeah. I think that would be cool to be able to push that a little bit further.
Yeah. Used equipment, please. I just want used equipment. Yeah, except it not be a mod that messes things up that are never messed up.
That was a thing in 17 though too, right? Like even the sales. So
yeah.
So having equipment that went on sale or used equipment, I mean that would be something so easy to implement in a sense.
Oh, yeah. There were times where I was saving up for a new Case IH, like a combine or something. But then, a day before I was going to buy it in Seasons or something like that, or even in the game before I was going to buy something, they would say like all Massey Ferguson's on sale. Like, I mean, I can't not take advantage of that. So I would get a whole new fleet of equipment and end up spending way more money on a new fleet.
Yeah, I don't know why they pulled that part out of the game. That makes no sense to me. I wish that would have stuck in for sure. Now, I mean, and they could have built on that as well, like with used equipment instead of having the same system could have been used with used equipment as well. Yeah. Where all of a sudden, this tractor. Now, the problem, there is a mod out there for PC that does do this. It doesn't do it well. I hate to say it. I mean, you can go out and buy used equipment. You pay a fraction of the cost of what it would actually be to purchase it. It comes in a damaged state, and you take it to repair it. It costs you like $2,000, but meanwhile you saved $180,000 on a harvester to buy it that way. It doesn't make sense. But I don't know. There's got to be. I don't know how you would do it, but I wish there was a way that you could find a way to get used equipment because, like I said, used equipment is such a big part of that. Now, speaking of used equipment, like auctions. How about auctions?
Auctions would be interesting. It'd be kind of neat. What's it the way like Forza does it? Like Forza Motorsport, where you can go in and you can like put one of your vehicles on the market and people can bid on it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be neat? I mean, there's the what's the global market mod or something like that for PC? Is that correct?
Market mod. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
It's not global companies, but it's like global market where you can put, if you've got extra crop, you can put it into this.
Yeah.
And you go up to the thing and click on it and like, this is the going rate or whatever for something like that right now. That'd be neat.
Now, especially in multiplayer, I think if you had a server set up where people could go in and like maybe there's a set in time once every season or you could set that up somehow that everyone would have to bid on vehicles in that time frame or something like that. There'd be a couple of things would come up. Yeah. That would be kind of cool. I think it sounds like something more in the modding world.
And maybe a buy now price. eBay this.
Yep. There you go. Farm Sim eBay. Yeah, there we go.
Let's see. What else?
Biggest thing I'm always hearing about. Okay, this is probably one of the bigger ones. Is ground deformation and mud.
Yeah, that's all with the game itself. I mean, you would just have to make the what do you call it? The game thing. What does it run on?
The thing. The game.
The thing would have to be changed.
Okay, we're gonna change the thing. Yep. The engine is that what you're talking about?
Game engine. Yeah. Where you go.
I actually heard what you were talking about the whole time. I just wanted to see how far you'd go down that rabbit hole.
I had nowhere to go, man. I was against the wall, being like, I don't know what this is, but if he keeps talking, maybe we'll dig ourselves out of the hole.
I would love to see Bud. I mean, there is mods out there that do it. I think they could do a better job in a way to make it more permanent. Like when you have a wet spring and you're driving through stuff, and all of a sudden you put some ruts in there. Those ruts just don't magically disappear over the course of the year, right? Like
one thing people think that because Focus Home Entertainment is also a publisher of SnowRunner and MudRunner, they're a publisher. They don't make the game. They tell you what to do, but they don't make the game. You make the game. So it's like with Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive. But now Giants, we announced this earlier in the week. Giants is self-publishing. Giants tell themselves what to do. Get out, haters.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this is a collaboration with SnowRunner. Would that be awesome if they could collaborate with another one? That would be nice.
It'd be cool if they could, but like right now, they don't have to. Giants being self-publishing is insane. It's completely unheard of, especially for the largest simulation game in the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is about to change the game. Nobody self-publishes like this. Not at this scale. You'd have somebody else do it.
Yep. No, hopefully, I hopefully this changes things. But that would bring you to the next point. What do you think are chances of us having a different game engine, the next farming simulator?
It's like 100%, right?
Do you think it's going to change? Do you think it's not going to be just a build on FS19?
Would have to. I mean, they've had 3 years. They're not just going to like give us something, a new game, and it be a basic DLC for the Farm Sim 19, right? It has to be. It has to be different.
I would hope. I mean, they've had the extra year or two. This is what that's the comment I made in my video, was that they've had an extra year on this.
Mm-hmm. And they took the extra year to do what they want to do and make the game better. They wanted to do it with 19 as well, I'm sure, but they just had to get they had a 2-year thing, and Focus was like, hey, get this out.
So, I mean, we haven't heard any announcements yet. I mean, I think we're both hoping for this fall. Hopefully we hear something for
you would think it is, right? I mean, nobody said anything. There's not been anything official. They haven't teased anything other than the rabbit hole I went down with the multiple game pictures last week. But I mean, right. It's got to be this week. Or this week. That'll be great. Next,
the Alpine is special. See, this is the thing we talked about beforehand as well. Is there was rumor speculation put around the whole Alpine DLC expansion that came out that was actually planned for whatever the next farm sim was.
Yeah, you would think it would be, right?
So if that was the case, that would lead me down to the point that it's not a new engine.
I mean, they're not going to change the game engine in the middle of the game cycle, especially if they know it's in the middle of the game cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Which would lead you to say, like, well, then Farm Sim whatever would be coming later this year.
You would think,
hopefully, or the next. At this point,
or next year, early next year. But they don't do early spring releases, right? You definitely want to try to release before Christmas.
You want that holiday 2021. Let's go for it. Maybe that's what the next game's called. Farm Sim Holiday 2021.
I like mine. Farm Sim Next is the one I went with.
But it's NXT.
Yeah, it's got to be spelled differently, right?
Yeah. How are you going to fit that in that little colored rectangle square?
I don't know yet. I got to find.
Oh, maybe it's like the N, and then like part of the N is like the X in the middle with like a T above it.
Sean's asking about what do we mean by new game engine? Just the backbone of how Farming Simulator runs, basically.
Yep.
There's nothing you can really do other than describe it that way. It's the engine that runs Farming Simulator. What would be a good description?
It controls your physics. It controls your weight. It controls things like that. It controls what you could do with the ground.
Yes, there we go. So that was actually because if that gets updated, that does change a lot of
changes the game.
Options, right? It changes absolutely everything from, like, first of all, driving physics, and that's always a big thing. Driving physics could always be improved in certain aspects. But we're talking like pallet physics, forestry physics, ground physics. There's so many options. If we can get that to be updated, then all that stuff can be updated and changed, hopefully for the better. As much as I like launching bales like 10,000 feet in the air. Who's this? Nick says no, or Jason Howell says Farm Sim 22 sometime next year. Maybe.
Well, that would be Farm Sim 23 at that point if it's next year.
Yeah,
right?
There we go.
If they keep the same thing, or maybe NXT 2.
2X? I think that was the logo I made was 2X. Just to put it out there.
We don't know.
So if they change the game engine, I think that will be something that changes a ton of different things. Now I guess that would be the big one right there. I think that would be the biggest impact on Farming Simulator if that engine gets updated. I think that's the logical way to go with that. So
I mean, it's still going to be a Giants engine. They're not going to go with like a Vulcan or something like that. They're not going to go with a different engine. But
the FPS ones out there, I can't remember anymore. What like the Quake one? What was that one run on? Anyways,
I don't know. They're not gonna go with something like. I mean, the founder of Giant Software, Christian. I mean, he developed the Giants engine when he was in college, right? So, I mean, they're not going to change Giants engine. It's going to be like Giants engine 9.0 or whatever. It's on 8.0 now, I think. So
is it really? Is it 8.0 right now?
So it'd be 9.0. It'd just be a different Giants engine.
So moving on from that, of course, new brands. I think that's a no-brainer.
Just get them all the brands. John Deere, Kloss, Case, New Holland. I don't care about anymore.
Yeah, there's a ton of that. What do you think the odds of us seeing any kind of North American trucks on console?
Giants. I mean, they announced the new. I told you, Giants are really. Oh, North American trucks, none, zero. It's too expensive. Giants don't have that kind of money. You want Ford and Chevy and Dodge in the game? Buy the next game. Buy every DLC. Spend money on Farming Simulator so that they have it to do. The Farming Simulator League hopefully is making them a ton of money, but it better be as much as they're giving away. I don't know where it's coming from. But I mean, they give away $10,000 every week or something. It's insane.
Yep.
So it's the Giant Software is doing great. That's awesome. But the best thing we can do is if you want to see that stuff down the road, support them. That's the easiest way to do it. Just support Giant Software, buy their games.
Is something I think we might see though. Kenworth Peterbilt North American semi trucks is something I could potentially see us getting. No, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
We've got European. Right? We've had
Europeans for years, though.
But that's still got to pay a licensing fee.
Right. I don't think we'll see them. I think we'll continue to see what we are seeing. But that's just me being pessimistic when it comes to trucks.
Wrong. I want to see some ATS rivals coming into Farming Sim. That's what I want to see.
We'll see it too. I don't really care about the trucks. Like I like the man trucks, so I just buy one of those. or the TLX, you just get that. I like the trucks people make. Even though they're definitely
wrong. I like the trucks people make. I just want to see name brand trucks. I want to see the Lone Star. I want to see the Mac come in. I want to see all that stuff be in base game. I would love to see that.
I think if we were going to see something like that, we would get one.
You're probably right. But then they would have the ability for modders even to take that brand and bring other edits of that brand in, right?
Well, and two, there's different licensings as well. If you listen to the podcast, the first one, which was a little bit long, but we talked with Giants. We talked about how when you've got John Deere or if you have Kloss or Case IH, you can't just send whatever you want in for testing, and they can't just put whatever they want into the game. It's licensed for a certain set of vehicles. Now, there's some brands that say, sure, whatever we make, just have fun. Let the players have fun. It's cool. But there's some brands that say, okay, only this. And Giants say, hey, we had this made. What about this? And they look at it and, they have to talk to the people, the bigwigs of the company and say, well, this and that, or, what about this? What about that? They have SnowRunner's a different game. It's not Farm Sim. It has nothing. Farm Sim and SnowRunner have nothing to do with each other. And it's such a misconception. And I want to clear that misconception up. Just because it's somewhere else doesn't mean it can be in Farm Sim. It has to be in Farm Sim. Just because it was in FS17 or FS19 doesn't mean it'll be in whatever's coming next.
This is actually a good one too. Moving along from that.
Oh, I had like 10 more minutes of this.
I know you did. I'm going to get you off your rant though. I'm getting you off your rant.
You're saving me.
Backdrops. The backdrops for maps. That's an interesting one. Because that can be changed right now by the modders and such, right?
Yep.
It tends to be that most tend to stick with a set
Ravenfort and Feldman, yeah.
But this is something that can be changed right now. Now, I think there's some better options out there. I think the backdrops are kind of tame. I wish it was a better way of doing some of those backdrops. It seems... I think modders have a tough time figuring that out and how to transition to that, right?
I think that's more of the modder, because there are modders that have got it figured out, and they're doing great. Mm-hmm. So I think that's up to, I know people want that seamless transition, but if you look at any game, there's not a lot of games that have that seamless transition. Grand Theft Auto gets away with it by using water. Other games do other things. If there's some game, Farming Simulator has to be compared with other games that are open world games. And you might reach an area where you could see the outside of the map, but you're just like running against a clear.
Well, I think the easiest comparison really is Grand Theft Auto in that sense. So to do that, they would have to do an island. Every map would have to be an island just surrounded by water.
And you don't want that.
You don't want that. Yeah, I agree. I totally
We've had that.
We've got more than a few maps that have that.
And that's okay. It's an easy way to do it, and I support it 100%.
Yeah, Mr. T-Bone, and speaking of, Kaz has his island maps out there, and they work perfectly great. They're fantastic.
Check out Luca's Island, by the way. That is really cool. If you liked Spectacle Island like me in 17, you're going to like this as well. Different modder, but you did a really good job.
There we go. Nitro Dad says that he has custom backdrops and borders in his new map as well. I haven't even checked those out yet. So look at that.
But it does seem like one of those things where you have to either be a really good modder or you just know what that one thing is and how to do that one thing.
Yep. Is there anything on the list you need to talk about quickly?
The
one thing I brought this up in there. I wanted the GTA style of menus. Phone. Yeah, I want the cell phone or like a tablet you could bring up while you're in a tractor or something like that. Just like a little animation where it comes out and it's like sitting beside you, and then you bring it up and there's your menu in front of you, and all of a sudden then it goes back down. Just I don't like the whole.
So you're wanting like maybe the store and maybe a few settings to be on the phone. I mean, obviously it has to have a pause menu, but
of course. But the pause could be in there as well, right? It could be the same thing where you just bring up that screen, you bring up your phone, and then you could have, hey, look, I want to go to the store. So I click over to the Farm Sim store, whatever, the John Deere store, the whatever it is, and then look at tractors on this. Or you could scroll over to get your game settings somewhere in there too. It could be exactly the same. GTA has shown us how a great way to keep you in the game while you're going through your menus.
Yeah,
and nobody else really does that yet. And I think
I think too with that. I don't want to say money, but you're talking about giant software working with millions of dollars versus Rockstar is working with billions.
I agree,
and billions of dollars.
I don't know what it would take to have that animation for that.
I just don't think we're there yet. I think that's the thing. I just don't think we're there yet.
You're not wrong, but just, a man can dream, can he?
Every day, unless you know.
Whammer, where to Whammer go? The render circle. Yeah, gotta go. I mean, that's a limitation of equipment right now. If that's once again limitation of possibly the Giants engine as well, but that could be changed in the back end. So I don't know why they have it set the way they do. I heard someone try to change it, and they kind of totally wrecked their game when they changed it. They had to go reset it back.
It can happen. Yeah. Let's see. Forestry physics. Nobody cares about that.
Well, but what if they actually made it so forestry worked really well? Would you do it then?
I think forestry works well. I don't know. Call me crazy. I mean, I am, but it's fine.
Crazy.
It's fine. You would. It's hard. It's a game.
I just want it more realistic. You can actually.
I know, but that like
launched everywhere.
I don't know. To me, it's but I don't know. Maybe just in that specific instance, I'm like, I just don't care. Like I immediately take that. I'm like, it's just a game.
Now, my background, we had a forestry side of the farm I worked on as well, and so I did a little bit of forestry as well. So I get why forestry is included in Farming Simulator. It makes sense.
It was huge in FS15. It's brand new.
Well, that's just it, right? We did farming, and we actually did logging in real life, and that was part of the farm was to take care of a logging camp area that was beside the farm, and we did the same thing. So I get why forestry is in here. So when it's not like very realistic or it's not done to a degree that farming is implemented in a sense, the way everything kind of, I don't even know, the physics of the logs and everything just doesn't work for me. So hopefully, once again, that comes down to a game engine thing, I think.
Yep. So. Well, I mean, who was it? FDR? They basically made everything to where it weighs twice as much.
Yep.
And now they're going back through and editing all of their stuff to where it handles like the base game stuff. But why? Ooh, I wonder if FDR is working with the Giants. Why would they go and change and then change back a year later.
Rumor mill.
All right, temple hats, boys and girls, put them on. Let's go. Here's what I want to talk about: FDR logging, ASMR.
We're really doing ASMR right now. Fantastic. Thanks for that.
It's the three things everybody likes: ASMR, DjGoHam too close to the microphone, and logging.
You said that right into my ear holes, and they hurt right now. All right. Leasing land, leasing land. What do you feel about that?
It's called field flipping. We can already do it. Move on.
No, real world.
No.
Let's make this realistic.
It is realistic.
No, it's not.
I give you money. I steal the crops that you've been working on. What if you're trying to buy a land and it won't let you? It's like the farmer's like, no.
I'm game with that. That'd be great.
Give me more money, or you don't get it, depending on what's in the field and like what's on the property.
Right
now, it's just the number.
About should be the same thing. This, like the way the shop sales and stuff, like farmland should come up for sale in certain spots. It shouldn't be. And the Farm Sim Network actually does a really good job with this because certain plots come up for sale at certain times, and you have to buy them that way. I think that would be fantastic if we could manage to push that into just base game.
Yeah.
And same with leasing as well. Like, right, you shouldn't be able to. The leasing system obviously is broken. It's a way to cheat in a sense, but who's saying what there?
It's a great way to cheat.
Actually lease instead of having to buy a land off a farmer. You could lease it every year, and as you pay a rental cost to have use of that crop, like in real life. I think that'd be all right. I'm okay with that.
I mean, there's lots of farmers that lease land. Was it Millennial Farms? He leases, I believe. I know Welker's does.
Yep.
So. It's a real thing.
What do you think? We'll go hunting. Is that what you're going to
say hunting and fishing. There's no point, right? Like, just go get that ranch sim that they won't leave me alone about. They really the whoever is doing their promotional work, they really want me to play ranch sim. I signed a thing with Giants. No.
It's a cool game, but it's not farming sim. I agree.
All I know is like the one video I've seen of it was like everybody holding a gun to each other's head. I think it was Austin Farmer.
I think
somebody like that.
I think it'd be a different side of things. I have no problem with it. I always thought that Farming Sim 19 was going to have before it was released, of course, and before the final couple months. I thought wildlife was going to be part of it. I thought that was an announcement at one point in time that there was going to be wildlife, just like deer.
I think coyotes. Maybe that because there was a lot of things that had to be cut from Farm Sim 19. That I do know. I know that because they wanted to wait longer, but they couldn't. They just couldn't. So I think maybe that was something that was supposed to be, but just never came.
Maybe I could have swore it was as well. I don't know. Even just having wildlife around there would be fine with me.
It would be nice to have deer so we could actually use like the deer corn excuse.
That'd be okay.
Yep.
Well, some coyotes to fend off your cattle from coyotes. No,
maybe that's something for the dog. Yeah. If coyote and dog fights over the cattle. I don't foresee that getting a Peggy 3 rating.
There you go. Farmer Cops has it right. You think you should be out as much as possible, but you should be able to turn things off you don't want to use. I agree 100%.
Yeah. I do know they're going after that Peggy 3 rating. So I doubt we'll see any type of coyote.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Animals.
Okay.
How about the ability to move animals from pasture to pasture?
We already have that.
Not really.
Well, I mean, so you're talking about instead of like having the animal mesh, to like actually be able to like
herd,
have fences.
How about some herding or like being able to even make like? There's so many where I don't even know where to start with animals.
I'm getting flashbacks of carrying weed around in a Minecraft cattle pen. Oh,
animals are ridiculous right now. Let's be honest, right? Like, there's got to be a better way for them to do animals. I don't know what to say.
I think it's fun. It's easy enough to where it's fun, and it's not like extremely difficult. It's one of the reasons I don't use Maze Plus that often. And when I do, I've literally made my own Maze Plus, so it's just base game. But it's Maze
and that's the problem right there. I want some realism to it, and I don't feel like there's any realism to it right now.
See, I'm part of the market where I'm like, it's a game, and I want it to stay like a game. I don't want it to be in real life. But when I dump like grass on the ground, I want it to, feel like I'm not just walking up to it with a bucket and going, whoosh. Or be like, get a broom, be like, and it's gone.
I want some more realism into mine. I want just a little bit more realism. I like someone says, if you leave a gate open, they can get out. Like, I don't want them confined to that pen. I want to be able to move my animals around. And like sheep herding would be kind of an interesting concept to have in there. And maybe a use for your horses as well. If you had to move cattle around, right? If you had to move like your summer pastures, you had a use for your horses to use them to lead cattle from one pasture to another to keep them fed, where you don't have to actually feed them because there's pastures that have grass in them. You just have to move them from one pasture to another so they stay fed that way. I think that would be fun. That would be kind of cool to have. And that'd be realistic for North American farming.
Well, we do have grazing as part of seasons. Right?
Yep.
But the map has to be grazing ready.
Yep.
It doesn't just add it. It has to be ready.
Yep.
And if there's grass in there, they will have grass, but eventually they will eat the grass.
Yes.
And then the grass will be gone.
but
only in like certain squares and triangles.
I mean, you're running into a space limitation, I guess, on console size maps for sure with that right now.
And if you're,
it's possible to be able to have multiple crops or multiple fields they move from and to.
Yeah.
Anyways. And that goes into as well as how about younger animals, foals and
calves
and calves, baby piglets, some piglets.
Yeah, little baby piggies.
Yeah, milking as well. Yeah, the milking system is not great either. You're right. Like all that stuff there could be more depth to all of that, right? Yep. And I think mod makers have done stuff with the baby animals.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do, but yeah, there is there's a lot of different types of players for Farming Simulator, and there's a lot of people like myself who, when you want to play the way you want, but maybe don't have all the options, sometimes you just go fast, big, fast, go. Yep. Some people, they don't care about how much money they have. They don't care about how much crop they've got in their silos. They care about the action of doing it. They enjoy, mowing, or they enjoy caring for the animals, or they enjoy, this and that. And there's other people that just want to hire a worker and just go. I don't know, I'm somewhere in between all those. But it would definitely
for upgrades in I think animals. It's tough if you want to focus on animals. It doesn't seem like it's a focus right now in Farming Simulator. It seems like the focus, of course, is field work, that type of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I agree. They did a decent job with all that stuff. There's not many improvements.
Yeah.
There's definitely some, but not a ton of improvements. But animals are something you could definitely dive into if you wanted to be like a beef raiser, a beef farmer, and just get beef. Like that right now you can do it, but it's unfulfilling, I find. So hopefully that's something gets changed.
And it would also be nice with the like chickens. Chickens also drink water.
Last time I checked.
Yeah, so and that's something that the map maker can change as well. I mean, it was changed in Chellington, but yeah. But I think I think in the next game, Giants. I mean, I think the big thing is we can expect an overall, maybe not different game, but changing of the game. Things will work smoother, will be better. Obviously, a game's never perfect when it releases, and we should not expect it to be. No game you should expect to be perfect when it comes out. As long as it's not like Cyberpunk, we're okay. We're cool. That was awful.
Chickens drink water in real life. What? Well, the fact that we can't even transport chickens in Farm Sim 19 without a mod.
Without a mod. So I mean, I think that was just one of the things. It was like, well, we can either figure this out or we can just make it happen.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's probably part of it. I'm trying to think back. What was the biggest update for you for FS19 from FS17?
The way it looked, the lighting, the graphics. That's what I want. But remember too, I came from Xbox One to a decent PC.
Yep.
So the change for me was more than just Farm Sim 17 to 19. Like when I played Farm Sim 19 on console, I'm like, ugh, what is this?
Yep.
But then again, I'm playing on a $5,000 PC. So there are some differences there. But yeah, it was visuals, the way it looks, the way it plays, the way it feels.
Yeah.
Actually, I could play Farm Sim 19 on my PlayStation 5, and it's incredible. I mean, literally, like the frame rate. You know, when you move the trees, they're like, it's just. You want me to do that one more time? You look at the trees normally, and they're like, but the trees on the PlayStation 5 are like.
I need to see a GIF of that now.
There you go. We got one more time for everybody needing a GIF. Hang on.
Please make that into a GIF.
All right. Your only option. 3, 2, 1.
That last one's not going to go over well.
It is what it is. I tried to know what I was doing with my hands. I didn't do a good job. But no, it's but the thing is, even with the Xbox Series X, it's still versus whoosh, whoosh. And on PC, you've got a 120, 144 hertz monitor you're playing on? Don't tell me you're still on 144?
Yeah.
Thank God. I was gonna say, if you tell me 60, so help me. But it's, I mean, when you unlock it, it's whoosh, whoosh.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
I just want it to be like that on the consoles.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, so that was one thing we didn't talk about, is the fact that there's new console generation.
I still there's not enough people have adapted yet. Have adopted. I mean, I'm in the less than 1%. I'm the 1% of the 1%.
That's a whole other issue, though.
Yeah, I have both Xboxes. I have the PlayStation 5.
You're right. And they've definitely got to build it for both platforms. They're not going to make it so it's just for next gen, though. You're right. I never even thought about that. That's a bit of an issue, because they're going to be stuck building it and making sure it's compatible with last generation consoles still.
Yep. So it's gonna have to be, but in the same.
How are they going to do that? Like, could we get 4X maps for PS5, Xbox?
Maybe there's because there's some games that just play awful on old gen hardware. Maybe Farm Sim 2X. Maybe it's just gonna play not great, or should it? I mean, if you're not progressing, you're moving backwards, or you're standing still, because the world's gonna continue to move, and it's a tough situation because not everybody can not only afford the new consoles, can find them.
They're tough to find still. Yeah,
I think things would have been different.
Okay, so. Let's hypothetically say, what's the earliest time we're going to see the next game?
I think if they're going to make it for current gen and old gen, or current gen and next gen.
Earliest right now. If you were
what's the earliest? Oh, I'm thinking October, November.
Yeah,
like that. I think that's
a year. That would be at the minimum. We're going to see next console generation's been out for a year by the time they release Farming Sim.
Yeah, but that's the same with a lot of the games as well.
Yes, but you can't then degrade it and say, you know what, let's just make sure that it's fine for the lower generation. I think you've got to almost either
you alienate that
completely alienate the lower last gen, or B, you almost have like two different games almost. You have, well, this is the stuff that's currently out there. If you want to play it on this console, on this generation, you can't play 4X maps. You can't do certain things.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know how you'd limit that if it's a possibility, but if that,
I know there's with PlayStation, there's actually different versions. If you have a PlayStation 4 Pro or PlayStation 5, you actually have different menu options than if you have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Slim.
Oh, really?
But Xbox, whenever they updated Farm Sim 17, when the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, Farm Sim 17 got an update for the Pro, but never for the Xbox Series or Xbox One X.
Yep.
And so it's like, PlayStation's actually got that still. So PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox or PS5 have that extra. You could do like 3K, or you could do 1080p at like super sampling, at 200%. There's different options for that. So maybe that's something. Maybe maybe you could download those mods, but they're not going to run great. Or this and that.
That's an interesting discussion. I never even thought about that until we were just talking about this, that here's generation still has to be considered now.
You want to know what I would say? I would say wait another year. and to have a 4-year span for Farm Sim 19 and release the next game on all or the next gen.
But I want it now. I don't have patience for that. Come on.
But that's it. But that's why I'm not in charge. That's a terrible decision. But that would be me but I'm always on top of the current stuff. So it's do you do it now and you make it for old gen and new gen? Do you have an idea of say, okay, we know when we release this, not everybody's going to have a next gen. Do we for the premium edition or the platinum edition for the 1 year where you always get a big update, always get something big after 1 year?
Yep.
Maybe with that comes the updated, enhanced version of Farming Simulator.
That's true.
Giants, are you watching? That's not a bad idea.
I'm trying to go back to trying to think what were the biggest updates between the last two and what were the features. I mean, horses was the one.
Horses, oats. I mean, come on. What's life without oats now?
I don't even think about that, to be honest with you. That's right.
You've got horses, oats, cotton, the entire cotton industry. The way it looks, I mean, come on. Beautiful.
I agree. I mean, the visual aspect is something you're always going to be expecting.
Terraforming?
Yeah. But that being said, that wasn't originally in the game.
No, but it's base game.
It is base game now. It wasn't originally, though. It wasn't for the first month, right?
Because it wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be.
Yeah. I just hope that whole system as well, I'm hoping gets not a whole upgrade, but I think that needs to be tweaked still, too. And I don't know if that's, once again, an engine option. Like being able to move, like even objects when you place them, being able to like tilt them. Yeah. Right? Like you get that extra option. Like fence posts, when you put a fence post in a hillside, it's always going to be straight right now. Why can't we tilt that? Something simple like that, right?
And the thing is, modders can.
That's right, but you don't have that as an option on once you're in game. So that would be something simple. I think it'd be nice to be able to edit things a little bit like that, and just the actual. How about an undo button?
Be great. Control Z, no.
We get an undo button for when we have it cranked right up and you accidentally make that spline. You've got like a map in the middle of your field.
The thing about an undo button is it would need more memory because you would have to. I don't know, duplicate the entire thing, but you would have to like have some type of cache.
I know.
Like a more temporary cache,
that, right? Now, it depends on how many times you want to have that activated. I think, though, right?
Like maybe there's only like you can only go back
once. You do it once, and then you can't go back the next time. Like if you hit the button twice and make a double hill, you only get rid of the one. Like you can't get rid of the whole thing then. But if you just hit it once, you can clean that back up. I don't know.
Currently, the only undo button is to save before you start and don't save when you mess up.
Yeah, and I think well, he had a bit of a comment on that. Chris was talking a little bit about that. It's not just simply reverting back. It actually has to reset. Like the way he talked about it made sense, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I can't remember how the heck he talked about it. I have to go back and listen to it again.
No. Chris is extremely smart. So if he says no.
No. What else?
Palette physics? No more. No extra palette physics. Palette physics are perfect. If you can pick them up, you can fly.
Fighting words. Palette physics are perfect. Come on. Are you kidding me? Give me a break. Get out of here.
Palette physics are perfect.
So when you go and put your forks in, and all of a sudden it gets stuck underneath the second half of the pallet, and you want to place it down on a truck, and then there goes your pallet. That's perfect.
It teaches you don't do it that way anymore. Realism is not.
It teaches you to pick up and just use the lift heavy things mod and place it.
Yes. And if you're on console, just pull up with it with a tipper and go.
Come on.
I just fixed Farm Sim. You're welcome. Just don't be realistic. Hashtag unrealism.
I hate you. You're awesome. Just don't
let's see. Anything got better traffic? I just want to push it.
Be able to push traffic. That'd be great, right?
Something else, something different. Nice. Add to
something else. Nice.
Activatable 4x4 systems. Yeah, I mean the
mods are there for that.
Yeah, there's mods for that, but base game would be really cool. The only reason I want a base game is so console players can use it.
So if we can have that along with the mud to deformational terrain, wow, nice wordage. That would be cool to have those two kind of pushed together.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it'd be neat. It makes you slow down and not like go like through every part of the map.
Oh,
Cool.
that wouldn't work for you. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, well, that's #realism. That's different from unrealism.
Do you get a lot of requests for this? I get a lot of requests for manual attached to be base game.
Yeah, why? That's awful.
I don't mind it if you can turn it off.
It's just one extra step to have to go, ugh.
I gotta get out and turn this thing on. English is hard. Yeah, I know. It totally is.
And you have to hook it up, or you have to hook the PTO up, even on combines.
I get a ton of requests. I don't know if it's always the same people that request that kind of that. I get it. I think it's neat until you do it, and then it's not neat anymore.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes for me, and then I'm like, I don't want to do this again. I'm done. And then you forget it's still on. It's like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go turn this off. I think I've done that in stream a couple of times.
Yeah. Manual attached FS17 was better than 19.
I've heard
I wouldn't know.
I've heard some people say that before too.
Pacific Northwest was better in 17 than it is in 19.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
In-cab buttons and monitors. Don't care. No. I would love to see it.
If there's a VR version, I'd be down. Yo, VR.
VR Farm Sim? Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
You can already kind of do it.
Can you? Oh, yeah, you can. Simulacry made that video on it.
Yeah. I just want to see, like, right now there is some mods that have it where you hit the space bar and then there's like activatable buttons inside your cab and windows and that kind of thing. I would like to see more of that. I think that was kind of cool. And same with the monitors. Like I did a video actually. I think it was who did the former cop might know this one actually. Who did the monitor for in game or in the cab?
That's is that Perma's mods.
No, it wasn't. It's not a mod. It's with what's it called now? The sim dashboard. So you have like your tablet you can put on your desk.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It mimics the actual like John Deere GPS or the Case GPS or their screens, and it looks identical and it actually responds. The Farm Sim guy. There we go. Thanks, Farmer Cop. It's a sweet little add-on. I would love to see that screen taken. Well, you don't have to have an Android tablet in front of you. You can actually have it in game, and you sit in cab, and that little screen actually works the way it properly does. I don't see why not. It'd be sweet. Oh, there we go. Love the Farm Sim guy. There we go. He did a great job with it. It's fantastic.
Yep. All the like server moderators and channel moderators and members that I've got, they rave over it. They've all got tablets to use it with. Yep.
So if you have an Android tablet, Farm Sim dashboard or the Sim dashboard, you can download all these stuff he's put out there for free. It's so good. It works flawlessly. I love it. It's so good. Yep. Anyway. Anything else you see on there you want to chat? I like destructible. I mean, we're not going to see any kind of destructible environment or destructible vehicles.
Nope.
That's not something we're going to see. I would love to see it, mind you. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not something we're going to see, of course.
And it's with that, it's not even Giants not wanting the money. It's or not having the money. It's the companies being like, "Don't crash my stuff."
Yeah,
they don't want people to think that their equipment can be wrecked.
Yeah,
they want every company, even car companies, want you to think that their stuff is invincible. That's why they don't show crash dummies in commercials.
How does Forza get it? Like Forza Horizon, even, right? Like, how do they get that? Okay, I mean,
because Microsoft owns that. They're the publisher, and they have more money than anything on earth. Almost
money thing, right? Yeah. It's got to be.
I want crop damage. You're not having it. I'll give you $1 billion. You crop can have
it. Hold my barley. Right. What about just destructible environment stuff though?
Oh my barley, get out of here.
You just get that, really? Come on. Folks. Destructible environment, we already kind of have that. You can run over signs. I'd like to see that go a little bit further.
Yeah. Running over every sign you can find is a good hobby.
But there's got to be other things we can destroy, right?
Yeah. I mean, you check out Ricker Matsy's 24-hour live stream, where it was not really destructible as much as it is, be able to pick stuff up and throw it over a Royal Rumble.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right. I got my last one.
All right.
This needs to be base game. Actually, you know what? I got two.
Yeah, the second one's Global Company. I can see the look in your eye.
It's not. It's not.
All right, hit me.
Number 1, better workers.
Workers
Please.
are fun.
Please, come on. Workers
Workers are fine. They're fine.
Somebody
Here's the difference. There's workers and then there's Gertie. All right? That's your fault.
You got me there. Still, workers, Cat, are workers fine? Anybody? Bueller? I don't think so. Yeah. Well, there we go. Course play, base game course play. We're not going to see that, but even some version of Follow Me, or I don't know, Auto Drive. I don't know. There's got to be something. Okay. No one knows AI drivers. There we go. Derek knows what's up with that. Number 2, base game GPS. I know you don't care.
Yeah, I just don't care.
No, base game GPS. Come on. That's like 100% realistic for farming.
Right. Yeah.
Everything. I think that tractors that would normally have that as an option should have that. And then even second, like older tractors that you could add
maybe you could go to the store and buy one.
Exactly. Why is that?
Customization, kind of like in Grand Theft Auto. That'd be fun.
Yes.
I mean, I know we already have it. Well, we kind of have that already. Never mind.
A GPS needs to be in. I don't know how we've gone so far with that. And it's funny because GPS didn't even come out for a long time for FS19. Like it was a good 6 months. Like it was almost seasons by the time we got GPS.
Yeah.
I don't know why we don't have GPS in base game. That should be something we need. I hope that gets put in. Different skilled workers. I think I talked a little bit about that actually.
I'd be able to hire, like, you could spend your money, but yeah. All right. Even with the RTK, I still don't know what the difference is with the RTK stations that we've got now. Precision farming.
I don't notice a difference.
I don't either.
Do you want to hear my rabbit hole that I wanted to go down?
Bring me on. What you got?
So you could hire different workers. You go into town, you actually have to hire workers from in town, or you put a classified ad or whatever. You say you want to hire workers somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You have choices. You can hire day laborers who are garbage. You're just going to come out. You're going to pay them a base rate. Whatever, they're absolute garbage though. You're not going to get very good work out of them. Or you can hire somebody on for a season or a salaried staff. But the catch with those a lot of times is maybe you have to have a farmhouse that they have to stay at. Mm-hmm. It's a ranch hand. There's somebody you actually going to hire for a full season or for permanently, and they're actually going to be you're going to employ them, but you actually have to house them as well potentially. And you're going to get maybe better work if you do house them, or they're going to work harder or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now that's going to bring in more storyline elements potentially. I think we talked a little bit about that as well. That could be easily put in. But anyways, I thought that'd be kind of cool.
I dig it. I dig it.
Just reading through some of the questions here. To course play, yeah, no kidding. Anyways, that's I think I've gone through all my bigger ones I'd like to see. Is there anything that's missing? What do we have not talked about?
No. I'm so far into the point now where I'm like, whatever, just bring it on. Whatever it's gonna be, just let me see it. You know, I did my next farm sim video like before it was cool. So
helper F is undocumented worker.
Wait, maybe that's what happened to K-Bot.
Oh,
he's an undocumented worker.
Maybe. I hope not. Strawby mod base game. Maybe that could be something.
Now that would be go. I love the Strawmy mod.
Yep.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think precision farming sounds like something they want to push really hard.
Yeah, it's a 2-year project. So unless Farming Simulator 19 is going to be around for that 2 years that I said I would do if I was the guy, which is a good thing that I'm not, and then had that better idea afterwards. Yeah, I think it's obvious precision farming will be base game for the next game.
Where is it here? The big guy says Helper J wants to unionize. That would be. I'm seeing a new roleplay series coming on all of a sudden.
You can do this at FS19, yeah.
There we go. No, anyways, I think there's a ton of options out there. I just hope that, like I said, I hope they're working on something right now. It sounds like Chris says they are. There's something going on. I hope they announce
it seems like they're close. We'll see.
Oh,
Joshua, I would have Matsy do FS News while I'm gone, but unfortunately he's leaving for this weekend too.
There you go.
So I'll be MIA, and so will he.
Well, hopefully we see some of this stuff come out in the next. I really hope we get something this spring.
Yeah. Well, Like I said last week, March 9th, 2018 is when FS19 was announced. And then the next week we had our last DLC. We've already gotten what I would assume to be our last DLC. They haven't mentioned it, but it seems like it. So
yeah, like the season pass stuff is that's all the DLCs for seasons pass is done now, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing else as far as that goes that we're aware of. I can't see anything else.
No.
So hopefully we get something in the next couple of weeks, next month. I'd love to see something, please.
You would, and that's the thing too, if it's going to release in in that area, because it was November 21st when FS19 dropped. So right. I mean, you're talking April, May, June, July, August, September. What comes after that? October, November. 8 months. Like at the time it takes to create a child. That's how long we knew about Farm Sim. Not the right reference, but let's move on and pretend I didn't say that. And that amount of time is what it took from the first time we heard. So I think it's safe to say that whenever we hear about the next one, we're probably about 8 months out, maybe.
I hope. I just hope we hear something. I want to see a trailer. I'm hoping we see a trailer in the next couple of weeks.
Or one of the tractors. That'd be cool.
There we go. Even a screenshot. Yeah, give us a screenshot. Come on, we know you got to have something on we know you're working on something, right? Come on.
We know y'all doing something.
Chris, you can come back and have a chat with us anytime.
Yeah. And I've also, like I think I mentioned last week, I've invited the new community coordinator or ambassador. I don't know what her job title is. Community coordinator for the Americas or whatever. I should know that. I hope she's not watching right now being like, good job.
Nice work, DJ.
Good job. You messed it all up. We'll get an email tomorrow morning from Lars. So we saw your show. Not happy with you.
It's his fault. He's just not. Yeah. He's got a big moral. Break. It's all right.
I'm mentally checked out already. All I have to do for the rest of the day is edit this and get it uploaded and to release tomorrow and finish Bucks County. I'm done. And tomorrow I can hopefully buy a home. I'm waiting, man. We put in our offer. It's a 2-story, 13 different rooms plus bedrooms or plus kitchens and stuff. There's like 13 bedrooms / different rooms. It's an awesome house, 4,900 square feet, and 3.5 acres, has its own pond. I mean, it's beautiful. I hope they take it. It's 5 minutes from the mama. Like literally
4,900 square feet.
I could walk to my parents' house in the time it takes us to do the Farm Sim show.
You're nuts.
It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So I'm hoping something happens with that house.
I hope so as well. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
I know you got this going on tomorrow as well.
Yeah, tonsils are getting out tomorrow. I've got 3 of them. Or tonsils. Wisdom teeth, sorry. Wisdom teeth are coming out tomorrow.
I told you could just come up here. I got a hammer, and I'll take them out for you. Okay. Got a hammer. I got a chisel. Let's do it.
Do you have meds as good as the oral surgeon's going to give me?
Don't worry. I got some good meds. Don't you worry. I'll take care of you, DJ. I take care of everything.
I'm getting not 1, but 2 IVs tomorrow. Let me have it.
Yeah, we'll get DC Dave says we'll get K-Bot to take him out for you. Don't worry, we can get him on.
DJ.
Ugh, that voice.
So annoying.
Yes, I need to stream again so I can hit that button. Maybe next week. Actually, no, not next week because I'm on a soft food diet for like a week. Is there anything else? Let's see. One reiteration. I've had a lot of people asking me when mods are coming out. Like, when's this mod coming out? When's that mod coming out? We did good. We went a couple weeks. It's happening again. There's no release dates for mods. That's all I got. I want there to be. I want there to be so bad. K-Bot is.
They get no release date. They come out once they pass testing. That's all you get. So you see them on the testing list, you know that either A, they're coming out soon, or B, or if they disappear and they don't come out, well, they didn't pass.
Yep. And it looks like here recently, like only half the mods going through the mod hub are even passing. So
yep,
we're not getting what we used to.
Yep.
Is what it is.
That's all we got for this week, though, folks. I think
the Farm Sim Show. What was their talking points? Oh yeah, Doctor stealing 3 of my teeth. That was all I had. But yeah,
plan this weekend, right? You're kind of chilling out, taking a break.
Farm Sim Show replay will be out tomorrow. I have an episode of Bucks County coming out on Saturday. Times are TBA right now. Sunday was right now nothing. We'll see what happens today. So
we've got live streams happening here Friday night, and then we've got a couple episodes coming out over the weekend as well. We'll see. Maybe we'll do something on the weekend. We'll see. My work week's weird, so we'll do this.
You must stream key. You can stream on my channel too.
There you go. Do it. I'll do it for you.
There you go. Hey, folks, welcome back to the channel. We're like,
I would totally stream KBot 24/7 if you did that.
What is? Oh, that's funny because you could.
I would have him doing just a song for you the whole time.
Oh yeah,
DJ sucks. DJ sucks. DJ sucks. I hate DJ. DJ sucks.
Put it on repeat, and you'd be able to come back to your channel not playing the whole
24 hours of DJ. I kind of want to do that to see how many dislikes I can get. Maybe I'll have the most disliked video on my channel being about KBot instead of a bunch of logging equipment. Y'all really hit me hard on that last week. That was rough. All right, that's all I got. Yeah.
Anything else to say, DJ?
I just appreciate the support. Thank you guys for watching. Farm Sim Show is a lot of fun. Me and Klutch have a good time doing this, and we hope that you guys enjoy it.
Cheers to you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Like I said, if you have any questions for either of us, you can reach us on any of the socials down below there. Drop a comment, drop a like, all that fun stuff we talk about. If you're over on the podcast side, thanks for listening in. For one of the fewer, I guess actually, you know what? We're growing over there, so make sure you guys.
How many did we get this week?
We were like 75, something like that. I think it was.
So we went up again. It was like a 150 last week.
Yeah, I think average downloads per week on the whole thing is something like 250. So it's growing.
Okay,
that's good. So if you're listening to the podcast, make sure you guys check out the Farm Sim Show on there and download it and listen and do your things.
And if you're listening on the podcast right now, thanks for watching. Listening. Crap, that was the wrong thing. Shut up.
Creepy. So unbelievably creepy. Oh,
it's awful.
Anyways, thanks again, folks. We will see you next week, next Friday, I think. DJ, are we doing Friday next week? Or I don't know.
Oh, I gotta work Friday night.
Maybe it'll be Saturday.
We'll do it. I'm not. Fridays are gonna be rough for the next month. The sooner I can buy this house and get out of this town and not have to be a DJ anymore, the better off I'll be on Fridays, because North Carolina just opened up till 2 a.m.
TJ can't say no. That's what I'm hearing right now.
I can't.
Fair enough.
I have a hard time saying no.
Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you Friday night, live streaming Friday night. Come check it out. Come hang out. It'll be good times as always. Thanks for watching the Farm Sim Show. We will see you next week. That's it.
Peace.
Yeah, folks. You guys are nuts.
Farm Sim Show, baby. The Sim Show.
It gets worse every week.